Hey Max Impactors, we're live with another craft project for kids. Today we're going to be making a pair of paper nunchucks. Alright, so here's the things you're going to need. So we got some paper, string. This could be yarn, but string, I like string, it's a little bit stronger. Jute twine works really well for this. We have some tape. Okay, you're going to need some glue or a hot glue gun would work really well for this too. We also have some paper and construction paper. You're going to use either or. When I did this one, I did the white inside with the white and then I wrapped it in the black just to make it look a little cooler. Okay, so let's get started. So basically the first thing you're going to do is you're going to take your white paper. We're going to take a piece of tape about the length of the paper. And we're just going to put that right here. Okay, now once you get that tape on, you flip it over. And you're going to see why we're doing this. Now, you're going to take the bottom and I'm going to just take a slight fold. We're going to roll this up like a tube. So the way I did it was I just go like this. I take one. There you go. Fold that in half. So I just folded a little bit and a little bit in half. Any way that you can make a tube. And then I just start kind of folding it over. And then eventually it will start rolling like a tube. So this is the real basic part of the project. We're going to have to do this at least, we're going to do this 6 times. 6 of these tubes we need to make. Okay, so that's my first one. And then the reason why we put the tape there is so that when I roll it, it just tapes it right up. And now I got my first tube. We're going to need 6 of these total. 3 is going to be on one side of the nunchucks, 3 is going to be on the other side. So let's just try that again. Here, piece of tape, the length of the paper. Don't worry if it goes a little over, we can always trim that off. Okay, and then the tape is halfway on the paper. Oops, stuck a little bit. And we're going to start our roll again. The tighter your roll, the better. The nunchucks will be a little thinner, but they'll be a little stronger too. So I'm just going to fold this one over. You kind of just keep just folding it over until eventually it starts to roll. Okay. All right. That's tube number 2. Okay, I had a little extra on the end of tape, and I'm just going to fold it over. Doesn't matter, because that's going to actually be inside our nunchucks. Okay, let's fold over to the next one. Oh, I forgot to do the tape first. I find doing the tape first. You can do this after, but it's hard to keep it tight. And at the same time, put the tape on there. So I like to do it first so that while we're rolling, we just continue to roll. Okay. Now let's roll this over. Good. Okay, that's my third one. Boy, I made this one's a little thicker than the first ones I did, but it's okay. Doesn't really matter. Okay, here we go. Tube number 4. Okay, and then you just start rolling it over. Eventually you're gonna have a good tube. So if you're watching the recording of this, you can do 6 of these and just fast forward until I'm done. Okay, this is number 5. So I'm going to put another piece of tape here. And then continue to roll. And here's the last one. Oop. All right, flip it over. Once you get to this point, it's like flat, and then I kind of make it a little round so it rolls a little better. A lot of times you'll find you're gonna have to roll a little bit in the center and a little on the outside. Okay, all right. Okay, now we got our 6 tubes. Now I'm going to show you how to make the nunchuck on each side. So what you're going to do is you have this, we have 2 of them, see we have 3, and then we're going to, this is what it's going to look like, okay, where you wrap it like this. So I'm going to first take 2 of the tubes, should have probably did different colors. I'm going to take my Elmer's glue, and I'm going to put a dab of glue on this. There, in the middle, and on the side. Okay, now I got the glue there. I'm going to take my string. Okay, you're just going to put your string in the little groove here that we already created. Now, after I get that in here, I'm just going to put some more glue on the top here to hold it. And then you're going to take your other tube and you kind of put it on top. So the string is in the middle of these 3. All right, so you now make sure the ends are even. And you got the glue on. Now what I like to do at this point, just to hold it together a little bit, is I take a piece of tape and just put it around both ends like this. Just to hold it in place. Okay, now here's the next step. You're going to get another piece of paper. We're going to put the tape again on the end. Like that. And then put it down in front of you. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to place the tube I just made on top of this paper wrap. Now at this point, I'm just going to take the glue, and in all the grooves, I'm just going to put glue in all these grooves on all three sides. This is going to help seal it up. There we go. Okay, now all you're going to do is you're going to take this wrap here, and it might help to use a little tape to hold it in place. So you're just going to take a little bit of tape to hold it in place, and I'll take a little bit more and put it in the center. Not necessary, but I just want to get a nice tight wrap. Okay, now you're going to just take it and start rolling it up nice and tight. This is where I actually used construction paper on my first one to give it the black outside. This one I'm just doing all white. And then roll it right over that tape, and that will seal it shut. Now to make it a little bit stronger, you can always take some tape here and do the ends. Just to seal that edge off a little bit. Okay, so we got one half done. Now let's do the other half. So we're going to get our paper. I'll get my tape about the length of the paper. Put that on. Flip the paper over. There you go. Okay, now I got my 3 tubes again. The reason why I'm doing this on the paper too is when you do this glue, you're not going to get it all over the place. Okay, now let me remove this here. Now the string. So how big of string do you want? I would say about 1 fist, like that. And this string, you know, it can, if it goes up about a quarter, a third of the way, even a half, that will work great. So we're just going to cut it right there. Okay, now just like before, we're going to seal these two together. If you don't have glue, you can always use some tape here. But I'm just going to put a drop of glue here, drop of glue in the middle, and a little bit at the end. Okay, then you're going to take your string, about 1 fist away, get it in the middle here. And then you're just going to put a bead of glue across the top there. Oops. Don't let it slide between them. Make sure it's in the middle here. Okay, so now I got my glue on a little bit. There you go. Okay, now I'm going to take this one. You're going to put your other one on it. Line it up. Oh, And don't forget to put additional glue too right here. So I'm going to do some glue on this side here. Just going to go all the way across like that. And I'm going to put it in like this. Now just to give it a better hold, I'm just going to take a piece of tape and wrap it around the whole thing. Now we'll hold it together tight while the glue is setting. If you have a glue gun, this is probably going to set a little quicker for you than Elmer's. And then I'm going to take another piece of tape and put it on the other side here just to hold everything together. That's it. Good. Okay, now, again, you're going to put in each one of the little grooves, we're going to put some more glue. So, just like this, right across the groove. You got 3 of these, so I'm gonna put one here, one here. My other one, my other set, I did another one when I was testing this, and I didn't put glue in the cracks like this, and it still worked good. The only thing is that it slides a little inside. Okay, so we got that. I'm going to put a piece of tape to hold it in place. So I'm going to wrap this up. Piece of tape. I'm just going to do one in the center here. That should be good enough. Then you're just going to start rolling it over as tight as you can. That's it. Make sure you got it nice and straight, and you're just going to roll it. There we go. All right. And that's pretty done. Now what you can also do is you can put some glue here on the top where the string is, just to give it some added support and close it up a little bit. Okay. You might not be able to do this at the same time, but you can do the same with the bottom. Okay, you're going to throw glue in the top and the bottom. So I'm going to just do the top now, and then you can keep this standing straight up, and this will be nice and solid. Then once that's dry, you're going to flip it upside down and do it all over again. All right, guys, well, that's how you make a paper set of nunchucks. And we'll see you in the next video.